Tuesday Inspiration with Toby. Trust you're having a good day. I trust everybody is having a fantastic work hour or wherever you are. Trust you're living the best of your life. Today's topic is the viewpoint of persistence. The viewpoint of persistence. Now, when we talk about persistence, what are we looking at? We're looking at someone who endures, somebody who is dedicated to a particular cause, understanding that there are times, understanding that there are seasons, understanding that the dreams you've got, the aspirations you've got should be thoroughly worked on. You know that as humans, we have aspirations, we have dreams, we have goals, and these are just part of our everyday life. We tend to want to achieve things every time, every minute, every second. Somebody's coming up with a new idea. We want to do amazing things. We want to be known for a craft. We want to be known for something, be it business, be it the work life. Every human wants to be known. In our little corners in the world, everybody wants to be known, meaning that everybody, not necessarily, okay, yes, people should know my face. Sometimes we want people to know our work. You know, we have some brands that we do not know those who are behind it, but we know that their brands are top notch, meaning that they have this signature that we could say, oh, this is from Toby, you know, and we just have a lot of things that we want to do. But you know, as we move, sometimes these hopes and dreams are dashed. Sometimes we just believe that yes, we were forgotten. Sometimes we believe that yes, this is not going to work. We just as humans hide and bury ourselves under the shadow of over expectancy, meaning that okay, if I venture into this today, in the next 2 months I want to be the best in the world. Yes, it is possible, but there is a room for us to understand that we've got to be persistent. The fact that you're doing something now does not mean that it would bloom in the next 5 minutes. It does not mean that it will bloom in the next 20 years. It can even bloom as you started. But you ought to understand that you've got to be persistent. You've got to be consistent. You've got to ensure that you're doing meaningful things and contributing your own quota to humanity. And whatever you want to do, you must be at your best. You know, that as humans, we realize that we want to be successful here. Well, we do not know that our success doesn't depend on temporary structures. Our success doesn't depend on temporary structures. That is to say that we do not understand some concepts. We feel like, yes, since I'm doing things the right way, I have the right mindset, then I ought to do this amazing thing. I ought to make sure that I achieve so much. You know, yes, you have the right mindset, but some of us do not really take into cognizance the fact that there's a need to put in hard work. There's a need to understand where we want to go. There's a need to understand the process. There's a process flow from this point to that point. You have to understand how to build connections. You have to understand how to develop your craft. You know that we all love to do things, we all love to do amazing things, we all love to do well, but we do not love to wait, and that is the problem. If you are not patient enough, you might just miss that amazing thing that is supposed to come out from that great idea that you've conceived. Now, waiting, it is not a problem. The problem is us not waiting. Because if you want to be successful, you definitely have to ensure that you are somebody who can endure and can stand through the thickest darkness, through the hurdles, through the challenges. You must be somebody who is very determined, somebody who is very courageous to take up whatever challenge that comes. You know, the problem we face most times is that we just want to compare ourselves with people. Okay, because Toby is into public speaking, I want to do public speaking, and because Toby is a shoemaker, I also want to do shoemaking. But you do not understand how far Toby has been coming. Before you could see Toby in the limelight or wherever you've seen Toby's work, you do not understand the process that he has gone through. You don't just venture into things with the mindset of, oh, I want to be successful today. You ought to be persistent. You ought to constantly work on yourself while you're in your little corner. You ought to continue to learn, to unlearn things that you know before, learn new things and relearn. Then you begin to apply all that you know, and you'd see that things will begin to work for us. You know, it's funny how people just do not trust the process. We do not trust the process. We do not even believe that things are going to make sense. But we just want to, oh yes, I want to achieve this. Oh yeah, I want to do that. I want to do A, B, C, D, you know. But we do not want to wait. We do not want to be relaxed. We do not want to gather these things little by little. If you see the termites, the way they eat up wood, you know, now when they eat up trees and eat up anything wood, they have an end goal, which is to build a house for themselves for shelter. Yes, they have the right mindset. Yes, they would not just pick up just the tiny one that they could pick and just put it. There has to be connections. They gather themselves around, you know, they begin to take these things little by little, and before you know it, they built a heap, you know, that they can hide under. Meaning that they, as termites, they understand that for them to have shelter, which is the end goal, they need to gather things together. So as humans, we're expected to gather things together. We're expected to gather our ideas together. We're supposed to gather all the things that we would need to make the world a better place. You know that it is important for us to have high level of discipline. If you're not disciplined, that's when you will be in a rush. That's when you will not make things, or you're not making meaning, and you just think that, oh yes, there's a problem somewhere, there's a this, there's a that. You know that there's the problem we have is that we are obstacles to our success sometimes. We do not really understand the nitty-gritty of whatever we're venturing into, so it seems like it's not going to work. It seems like, yes, it's tiring. It seems like you've invested so much energy in this thing. But if you feel that this is what it, then you would have to be persistent. You would have to ensure that you're learning new things. You would have to ensure that you're amazing, the most amazing things that you could think of. You have to understand that there's a process flow. You have to understand that, yes, I wake up in the morning, I'm not just going to jump into my clothes and move out. I'm definitely going to take care of myself. I'm definitely going to have my bath. I'm definitely going to wear my clothes. I'm definitely going to put on my body spray, like wear my wristwatch, wear my shoes, you know, before I move. You'd understand that there's a process for everything. When you come out, we see people who we think are successful and think that, yes, oh, Dangote is successful, so I want to be like Dangote. Do you know his level of sense? Do you know his level of commitment and his level of discipline? You need to understand that. People who have grown, people who we even think that sometimes we have more skills than them, we do not know what they have invested their time in. So you ought to invest your time in being persistent. You have to look at things from the viewpoint of persistency. You have to understand that, yes, I am going to make this work, and this is how I'm going to make it work. You would grow, you would develop, but you need to understand that it is good to be persistent. You know, so persistence therefore is the major connecting force between you and your desired success. That's something that I came up with. It is your connection between you and your desired success. So it is like a thin line between Toby. The persistence is in the middle. This is the success. So you need to understand that this is you. This is persistence. That's the time and period where you're learning things. Then this is the success. So if you can't just go over persistence and be successful, you need to understand that connection between yourself, persistence, and then you achieve success. So I'd like to take a few quotes from great minds before I close Tuesday Inspiration today. Success is not the absence of failure, it is the persistence through failure. I'll take that again. Success is not the absence of failure, it is the persistence through failure. You fail, you stand again, you fail, you try again, you fail, you come up with new methods, you fail, you understand, okay, what went wrong, and you begin to come up with new ideas and new ways of applying or doing things. That's by Aisha Tyler. We have this from Dennis Whitley, wherein he said, as long as we are persistent in our pursuit of our deepest destiny, we will continue to grow. We cannot choose the day or time when we will fully bloom. It happens in its own time. I'll take that again. As long as we are persistent in our pursuit of our deepest destiny, we will continue to grow. We cannot choose the day or time when we will fully bloom. It happens in its own time. You have to understand that there's a time frame for anything. So while you're waiting, while you're being persistent, you'd have to be working on yourself and see that things will come alive for you. This is Tuesday Inspiration with Toby. My advice to everyone is be persistent, think thoroughly, don't be an obstacle to yourself. Grow and develop. My name is Toby Loba. Development enthusiast is what I am. I would like to see you grow. I'd like to see you increase your level of discipline and persistence. It's Tuesday Inspiration with Toby. Join me again next week, Tuesday. You can read this up on all of my social media handles. Please connect with yourself, connect with persistency, and continue to be a great mind that will turn the world around. Thank you very much for joining me. Tuesday Inspiration with Toby. Bye.